Hey up gang, it's 2T, I'm back. It's a video, indeed, of course it is, that's what you're watching it. 2 times I've started this because I'm struggling to get the right flow in terms of what I want to say. I'm not sure how the format of this is going to be, so I've got a few pickups, then I've got sort of 2 events to talk about, and obviously subsequent items that have been garnered from said events. There is some footage, I haven't even looked at the footage yet, that I've taken, so it's a bit of a mash, it's a bit of a paella of different sorts that's going to be going on, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, to be honest. So what we're on, we're on the 1st November now, so YouTube of the month is now done. That's done and dusted. Said winner has been notified, or been contacted, should I say. I mentioned before, there's no great, formula or secret to it. Just go and count the votes. Anybody can go and do that. You can find out for yourself. I'll probably advise you not to, because it's nice to sort of see you as won a bit of a. It's like opening your Christmas presents early, isn't it? It just spoils it. So yeah, I've got some excellent grabs from the 2 events, gifts, blah 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 blah, and a few pickups here that I'm going to run through very quickly, and then we can get on to the interest. Well, no, this is quite interesting. This item here, I keep forgetting to show this. Remember I went to the toy fair ages ago now, and I said I picked up a couple of LCD games. One was a Sonic the Hedgehog, which it was a duplicate that I'd already got, but the other one was this is an Ark. I ain't got any batteries in it. It does work, and it's an official one by Acclaim as well. It just reminded me, I just watched Alex Nintendo Arcades, and he obviously picked up a Tron LCD, and I thought, shit, I haven't shown me Narc one. I kept meaning to. Very sort of gory for its time arcade game. This is nothing like that. It's just like little stick men, but unique little little trinkety item nonetheless. And a couple of, obviously from CEX, a little update on the Wavebird. They've finally got back to me. I think what they've done is there's I don't know what you want to call it, like the terms and conditions or whatever, that sort of says you have to give it 2 weeks, which it didn't. I've been messaging them near enough every day saying, can I have an update, can I have an update, can I have an update? Nothing back. If they got back to me and said, right, wait 2 weeks, then I would have left it. But they're just so bad at customer service, so bad at communicating. So I don't mind getting another Wavebird, that will give me 4. Or I don't mind my money back, and I'll just go and wait till another one comes in stock and buy that. Either way, I'm not losing out here, touch wood. So there, that's an update from that. I waded in, I had another cull of PS2 titles. This one was basically like all the rally type games, driving games that, like Colin Burns, is it Colin Burns? That's Colin McRae, Richard Burns Rally, World Rally Championship. Just like the sort of itty bitty games, Mercury Meltdown, stuff like that. Nothing, not only the sort of decent titles, because I'm running out of space. I said this to the guys yesterday. So I'm running out of space. I've got no consoles in here, as in not the box. There's no box systems in here at all. It's all just games. But yeah, space is always a premium, space or money, and I'm running out of space. So I have to, I have to be sort of a bit more savvy. It's an evolution. Excuse me. Well, I see it as an evolution anyway. An evolution in collecting, and I think everyone else goes. I think it's a healthy thing to do, to some degree. Excuse me. I got right the old burps today. Anyway, so a couple of bits just from CX. So off the back of said, waded in said items, I took some cube controllers in as well. I did took a leaf out of Dunk Woolly Weeble. And here's a top tip for you. I don't know if I should say this actually, but again, those of us that may or may not acquire GameCube controllers, sometimes with left thumbsticks, someone's at it. It's like the rubber tops come off or whatever. You can actually use a nunchuck from the Wii, not the remotes, but the nunchucks from the Wii's, and you replace them. So I did that. I think they took 2 in, and not the other one. The one I go to, the guy's an idiot who tests this stuff anyway. And I took a shed load of PS2 controllers in, and they had a handful of them and said some back that they don't work. I don't know. But anyway, I've got couple of quid store credits, that's burning a hole in my pocket. But while I was in there, I did grab this game. I think for 12 quid, that's not bad. It's like a day one edition. Tales of Xillia 2. Now I thought I had the first one of these. It's not. I got a sealed copy of. Is it Tales of Agaia? I think AGAE or something like that. A while back. I think these are two different games, albeit very, very similar. It's quite nice. It's, you know, I think they had about 3 copies of this. It's only 12. I say only 12 quid. 12 quid's got like a Perspex cover, and it's a steel tin. You know, quite nice, all embossed and stuff. That on the back. So I kind of made up the best set because one of these, I think, like the plastic had chipped away there, and one of them was worn out at the bottom. So I picked the best one of that and at least scratched. Cover there, yeah, and it's all in there. I said to the guy, make sure the discs and the manuals and all that and whatnot are there. So yeah, for 12 quid, I thought that was all right. I said, yeah, PS2 for me is really the system of choice over the Xbox, and it has got a lot more better RPGs, to be honest. So that's that one. Find somewhere to put it, and then the other one. Now, obviously, I'm going for a full cube set, and one of the games, well, 2 of the games I was missing, or subsequently one of them I've got now. I got from Play Manchester, I think. Was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, when you look at the full set in terms of cube titles, there's 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. There's one that's like the Nickelodeon. No, sorry, the one that's like the movie-based variant, and there's one that's like the Konami / Nickelodeon type one. Now on CX's website, they only list one. There's only, well, there's 2 Ninja Turtles, one's Nexus 2, so it's obviously distinct. But in terms of the naming of the 2 games, the name's exactly the same. I think that the movie one's called TMNT, but it's referred to as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I took a bit of a flyer at CEX, 6 quid. It's still worth it, even if just to move on. So I got another copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I thought for 6 quid I might as well risk it in case someone's traded another one in and it's that. So yeah, this is the Nickelodeon version. Obviously the one that I need says TMNT, and it's got like the sort of movie turtles on the front. I mean, this is I've got this anyway, but it's all complete, it's all there. But yeah, never mind. So that was really it. That would be it for pickups. Well, sorry, tell a lie. I've got one more little pile I got from the charity shop. So one of the shops I frequent, the guy there knows me. He's really lovely man. Always have a chat to him and stuff. Chew the fat, so to speak. When I go in there early in the week, I can't remember. Might have been last week. Can't remember. Went there. He said, to his assistant, he said, have you got them bag of cassettes? And the guy was like, I don't know. And he went, oh, don't tell me that Linda's chucked them in the bin. And I was like, what? He went, oh, we had some Spectrum games. And they were searching around everywhere. And anyway, the other guy went out to the bin and said, yeah, they've chucked them in the bin. I was like, fuck it. I said, dug this bag of Specky games out of the bin anyway. And there was some outs that was in it as well. This was in with the... Was this in where did I get this from? Oh, I'm having to think now. Where did I get this from? Oh, shoot. I can't remember. Damn it. Anyway, so I'm just completely... Normally I'm pretty good at knowing where I got stuff from, and that's just completely thrown me. Because I thought it was with this, but it couldn't be because he was just a bag of Specky games. Quickly rip through them. Obviously, I love the Specky, just nostalgia perspective. I mean, some of these I've never heard of. I had a quick, as you do, skim over eBay. The other ones that I weren't really aware of. And there's a few sort of, you know, uncommon, I don't know, titles in here, to be honest. I do double dibble on Back to School and Blue Thunder, Fighter Pilot, Tomahawk, Airwolf, Halls of the Things. I know there's a few lads out there that are into Specky, Monkey Spaz and Retro Dave. Android 2, American Football, School Days, Match Point, yeah, you're not interested in that one. Football Manager. Actually, he's trying to reboot Football Manager, isn't he? What's his name? Kevin Toms, yeah. Looking for a Kickstarter. These, I know Monkey Span had a load of these, I'm sure he did. These football management type games. That's one that was interesting. Great Britain Limited. Weird game. Ant Attack. This one is one that's quite rare or whatever. I mentioned it to the guys at the weekend. The Snowman. I actually thought that was just like a music tape when I saw it at first. Plunder. Exploding Fist. Great game. We were talking about this because there's a story about burgers and stuff. But anyway, for Daz, Conan's DeLorean, told you a lot. Mr. Wimpy lot picked it up. Ghostbusters, can't beat a bit of Ghostbusters. Dictator. Night Gunner. And Warzone. So I got them pile there, and I got another, like, it's not a selfie stick, I was using it yesterday. Quite cool actually. It's just like an extendable pole that you can put a camera or camcorder on, and you can sort of hold it, you know, to sort of film yourself from a distance. There's no lock button, it's not a selfie stick. And I got Easter said, "Oh, call it a £5." I was like, yeah, sound. I mean, I think, you know, the sort of Snowman I checked online was had sold for a £5 or so. Good in. And the other thing I picked up was this. Obviously, it exploded for. I know I got this. I got this in a charity shop. It's £1. It was £1. I know where I got it from now. Just remembered. On its own. It's meant to come with a memory card. It doesn't come with a memory card, but it does have the adapter, which I think is the more important thing. I'm pretty sure any, and the disc. So you got your disc there that you put in your PC, and you've got the actual adapter. You stick your memory card on the end of that, and then that goes with the USB to the PC, which I think is a big thing. Or you can pick up an Xbox memory card. Yeah, and it's just like obviously an explode, a cheap thing. Does your game? Yeah, uses your game saves or something. Want to beat the game saves. So yeah, it's missing the 8 meg card, but something different, isn't it? That's about it. We're done. So Halloween, the Eves of All Hallows, isn't it? Something like that. So as you probably, I mentioned it before, there was a retro game market that I'd gone to earlier in the year, which is at Leeds Town Hall. There was this one that took place yesterday. It's a super retro game fair. It's a game fair rather than a retro market. So I think that's the distinction. Because there was a bit of confusion reigns supreme, because I think what happened there was the Leeds retro market was ran by 2 people from Retro Collect. They've since split up, as far as I know. Again, I'm no expert. I don't pertain to be, you know, privy to all this. This is what I've been told. One guy has set up this event, and the other guy has gone in. Well, continued to do the Leeds retro game market. So one's a games fair and one's a games market, basically. And the games market is going to be in Doncaster. Next year now. So the only other event that we've got coming up is Revival, which I've got my ticket for. Me and my mate James are going down there, so it'd be good to see a few heads if anyone's there. I know Alex, Nintendo Arcade's going to be there, so I definitely want to you know, have a chat to him. I'll just be me and my mate. As far, well, I won't be taking any kids anyway. I don't know if James will, but I won't be. So I will be free to do what I like. I want to be free to do what we want to do. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, going to save a few pennies just for a couple of spends, but it's getting close to Christmas now, so I've got to rein it in a little bit. So yeah, obviously going back to said retro fair, it was in the Marriott Hotel, slightly smaller, I must admit, in terms of size and obviously subsequently the stalls compared to the Town Hall. But I would argue, I think there was a better selection, a better variety than there was at Play Blackpool. So those that went to Play Blackpool, at Manchester and Blackpool definitely. the size of the place, and this is just people there, you know, and there was, you know, you had all of the 8-bit stuff was there. I've got some footage. I will try and insert it at some point. I might interject different bits actually. Try and mix it up a little bit.
Good morning, YouTube. This is Tootie en route. We're going up to Leeds. So, yeah, as you can see, daft o'clock in the morning. Well, it's not that bad actually. He's just gone 6. So, en route to the train station. Heading up to Nottingham to feet, not play football, to meet a fellow YouTuber. I'll catch you in a bit. That was close. Nearly missed the train. So first leg of the journey en route to Leicester. And from Leicester not to Nottingham. From Nottingham to Rotherham. From Rotherham to Leeds. From Leeds to Bury, Manchester. See you in a bit. Leg 2 then. In Leicester. Latte. Needed. Cool down after the run. So yeah, layover now for about half an hour. But absolutely shattered. I look shattered. Last leg. We're in Leicester. En route to Nottingham. So yeah, nearly there now. Right, here we are. Nottingham. Just got to find him now. I don't know where he is. Shit. Right, I think because I've come out a side entrance, I think that is the main entrance, which is where Matt is. So let's have a walk up here anyway. We'll see. See if we can spot him. Yeah, it's got to be around here somewhere. Or is he inside here? Waiting. Looking good, is it? How are you, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to see you.
I came out to the side.
I thought
with area. So then.
So I've only got the back of your head. No, don't look in the don't look in the rearview mirror. Your identity will be revealed. I'll have to pixelate you out again. Right, we're en route. That's it. We've landed in. Where are we? Rotherham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heading onto the M1.
That's it. On to Leeds. So yeah, you probably won't be able to see out the front of that windscreen because it's prescription only.
Try and mix it up a little bit, just to give you a flavour of what's going on. I did have testing out the stick and stuff like that. I've got a few weird looks, but fuck it, don't give a shit. But yeah, I was quite impressed with it. £2 to get in. What else can I say about it? It's bloody hot though. Again, I think they don't appreciate the amount of sort of people that are going through these places. So It wasn't crammed. It wasn't crammed. It was just obviously because a lot of people in there. Just gets very warm very quickly. But great selection in terms of your Japanese games. Let's say your 8-bit computer stuff. Some obscure stuff. You know, your run-of-the-mill stuff. There was no one selling fucking swords, thank God.
Years ago, yeah.
That used to be on the game station.
Yeah, it used to be.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit dead because if you want that big too small, PlayStation got the that big
I saw one box to take with myself.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers.
Alright, sir.
You all right? Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Chopster. Oh, yeah, all right. That caught
Like, no guys, that's not what I meant.
Leave it full stop.
Yeah, just leave it.
Live on.
Yeah, but there's going to be another
There's 4 for 10 now.
Yeah, that's
Pop vinyl? Don't think so. There was a few people. There was a few merch ones that selling like the hats and the pillows. My daughter bought one of the pillows at Manchester. But for me, the sort of ratio was right because they were complementing rather than, like I said before, in Manchester, sort of dominating or taking over. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great little event. Prices, some people I think went a little bit nuts on the markup. You know, it's kind of like, really? And a few of us had to sort of check with each other, sort of, does that sound right? They were like, nah. There was a lady that had been there early in the year where Minx had got a couple of AES titles from. She was back there with her husband. Obviously clocked on to the fact that shit were making money and made him apparently sell some more of his stuff. I think that she said to me that they paid a little bit more to have the front store as you walk in. But they were, you know, they had some nice AES titles, but they're asking, I think the lad said one of them, Ninja Masters, was about right in terms of a price, which is something ridiculous, like 260 quid, I don't know, it might be more than that. And then a few of them, I was looking at like Thrash Rally, 60 quid, and they went, nah, it's too much. So it's nice to have them people to bounce off a little bit, you know. I did take Fire Emblem. So a few people were interested, but they didn't really have anything that I wanted in terms of like, yeah, definitely. There was one stall that had Indiana Jones, the adventure game on the Super Nintendo, 40 quid. I thought, oh, I'd love that, and I could probably make up another, yeah, because I was looking for about 75 quid, just what I paid for it. You know, they could probably sell that for 100 quid, so they're still making a bit of money. So I was sort of saying to a few of the guys there. But the stall that had Indiana Jones, and this is the good thing about it a little bit as well, to be fair. When you talk to these guys, they're collectors as well as a little bit. So they went, I've already got it, or I don't collect for the cube. So this particular stall that had Indiana Jones, he went, I don't collect for the cube, because if you've been PS1 titles, I might have been interested in ones that I needed. Another chap who's on Retro Collect, I think the Matt knew himself on Retro, was what's his name? Gunstar Heroes, a sound guy. I'd sort of seen him again at Leeds previously. He said, look, if I needed it, I would have been interested. He had a few titles, he had like Turtles and whatnot, which he had for a great price, I think 65 quid, Turtles in Time. Car and manual, no box, just missing the box. And he had a couple of other like SNES titles that I would have been interested in, but he weren't interested in that. So everyone that was interested didn't have anything they wanted, and the ones that did have something weren't interested. So it's on eBay now. Hopefully it'll sell and I can buy, you know, maybe 2 cube titles that I do need. So it works out alright, you know. From that end. So a couple of things then. You'll see some of the footage of me travelling up, etc. I need a couple of like huge thank yous. Firstly to Matt Soulfunk Retro for the lift back. I know he sort of said, oh, you don't know, I do, I don't forget. Craig's here again, because what happened then, we shuttled from there, from the Leeds, no, we went to meet Craig in Rotherham, and then from Rotherham he took us to Leeds, and then took us onto the arcade club in Manchester. It's hard to try and do a video and get everything in the right place, if that makes sense, because otherwise it's just going to be a massive continual stream of information at people. And I kind of want to break it up a little bit and do the retro market and do the arcade club after. But yeah, all the guys that were there, I mean, absolute blast. So I don't want to try and jump about too much and lose people's lose people's thread of where we're at. So the retro market, I say for me, We sort of mentioned it, a few of us mentioned it before, it might be the way forward. If it's anything like that for £2, it's a hell of a lot better than the Expos, I think. Okay, what you're missing is probably some of the arcade machines to play on, admittedly. But having said that, at Play Expo, you know, you're queuing up to try and play on some of the machines. So I love seeing them, I love hearing them, and whatnot. You know, I do like to play them, but you struggle to get on them at Play a little bit. So if you think about it logically, you're going all the way, and we've mentioned before, all the way to say Manchester or Blackpool. You're paying 20 odd quid to get in. The stalls have been quite limited. You're struggling to get on the machines. What are you paying for? You're going to meet the other guys, so you pay £2 to get in here. There's a, you know, like I say, it's more fellow collectors or people looking to thin their collections out. There was a lot of sort of just, like I say, what I call indie, like just normal people, just rocking up with their retro stuff, looking to sell it. They have clocked on a little bit in terms of pricing. There was one box, right? It was the same guy who had Indiana Jones. And he had this box of Famicom titles, and obviously I did all right in the previous Leeds one. And I said to him, "Oh, how much are the carts in here?" He went, "Oh, I don't know, I haven't sorted through them." So I went through this box, right, and there was some alright titles like Pilot Wings and F-Zero, all the usual shit. And I found Bonk's Adventure and Bonk's Adventure 2. So I said to him, thinking I might be able to get these, "How much are these, mate?" "Oh, I didn't know they were in there." And he knew what it was. He went, "Oh, that's Bonk's. Oh, I'm keeping them." I was like, "What? Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "For fuck's sake, man. Surely if you're doing a stall, you should price all your stuff up." So, but yeah, I mean, they were getting, you know, whereas, like I say, earlier in the year at Leeds and probably last year, wherever it was, if you sort of seen Mario Kart Japanese version, they might only £3. Now it's like 20 quid. Because the Retron, everyone's clocked onto it and stuff like that. So, although it opens up the market, it then obviously increases the prices for, like I say, that said sort of imported games, unfortunately. But overall, I think they're great. We were just sort of discussing about the frequency, because they seem to be popping up all over the place now. It may be too many, it may dilute it down, you may end up with like smaller ones which are less sort of busy. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. No, time will tell. I think they're probably the future off against some of these, like I say, you Play Expos, which, regardless of what anyone says, and they sort of said, "Oh, I don't think it's going to be Comic Con." I don't know, I'm not convinced, because they charge too much for these guys to try and turn a penny, you know, in terms of the retro games. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. So, in terms of the actual day, so I went up and met Matt. You'll see it in the video anyway. Matt Suffolk Retro. We went over and met Craig's here again. We then teamed up with Daz Kozloro, Shock 16, Carl, Daft Twin Rover, and Scratchmaster Dal. I haven't missed anybody, have I? No, that's it. That's right. So it was me, Craig, and Matt in one car, and then Daz, Shocks, Carl, and Dal in the other one. Yeah, it was 7 of us. Struggling here. And great. What a great day. Honestly, just, like I said, I'm just going to keep this just to the retro market and just that day there. There was a little bit of confusion reigned supreme a little bit in terms of what we were doing and where we were going and how we were getting there and whatnot. I mean, it ended up, you know, the Leeds previously, because we didn't know what to expect from the Marriott. There was no queue, absolutely no queue at all to get in. Whereas at the town hall, there was, you know, we were in a queue early doors. We got there, I think probably about 20 past 10. I want to say something like that. Opened at 10 o'clock. Just walked straight in, got the stamp, off you go. And it wasn't like mega rammed. It was quite comfortable. Daz and the rest of the troop turned up a little bit later on. Everyone picked up a few bits, I think. Some people got really good deals on different bits and bobs. You'll see all that. But yeah, so we did all, you know, we did what we needed to do. You know, everyone did their own thing and bought whatever. And then we went for. I'll show you the pickups. What I did afterwards. I'll just tell you just a little bit of a story here. Got off a story. So it's like, right, is everyone done? Yeah, let's go and grab some food. And you know, we're blokes, ain't we? We're like, let's grab a burger. Burger and chips will do. Let's go. Right, and there's like a McDonald's and a Burger King. And then Matt went, oh, I think there's a Nando's. We went, fuck, you can tell who's got the bloody money around here, can't you? So we were like, no, let's go for a burger. And I prefer the burgers at Burger King. I'm not, you know, a big sort of burger person in that respect. I'm not no expert, but I just know which ones I prefer. And Daz, you know, well schooled in the art of burgers, said, this I've never heard it before. It's called Five Guys, Five Ways. I don't know what it is. They do lovely burgers there. Do they? Oh yeah, loads better than Burger King. One way better than McDonald's. Right, fine, we'll go there. And I must admit, it was busy, queued up. And as we got closer to the fucking price list, me and Craig, because obviously Craig's blind as a bat anyway, I told you this before. And he was looking at it, he goes, how much is a burger? And I went, I don't know, I might need your magnifying glass because I swear my eyes are playing tricks on me. He says up there, it was £6.75. He went, what, for the meal? I went, no, just for the burger. He was like, what? And I said, but then weirdly, to have a cheeseburger, it's £8. So for a bit of cheese, they charge you an extra £1.25. Very odd. But I like it. I don't know if anyone's been, you know, bit of a food thing here, but it's kind of like a Subway where you just have the basic burger and you can put all like mayo, lettuce and whatever you want or don't want on it. And then bizarrely they cook the fries in peanut oil. One of the good things is you get, like, if you buy a drink you get free top-ups or whatever, but I'm not a fizzy pop drinker too much anyway. And I did realise they had Bud, but you know what, I abstained. I thought, no, I'm not going to have one. I'll wait till later at the arcade club. I'll be alright. And you know, they all take a piss out of me. Oh, I bet if the Bud had been on, bet if the Bud had been refilled, you would have been alright, wouldn't you? I said, yeah, you'd fucking leave me here, I'd be fine. But I was good. So we had, and I must admit, hands down to Daz, the burger was probably one of the best burgers I've ever had. I must admit, they were really, really nice. It's just really expensive. Apparently Daz said to us, I don't know, say if it's like £6.85 or whether it was £6.75. He goes, in America, because it's an American chain apparently, again, I know nothing about this, that's the same price in dollars over there. So it's not like they're up in the price here, that's just the price it is. So yeah, Five Guys, Five Ways. Really, you know, top quality. I wouldn't sort of want to be going there every week or whatever because it'll burn a hole in your pocket. So that was a funny little story. And I think that later on we were talking about who someone's hungry. I said, fuck that. I said, 50, because it cost me £13.75 for a burger, fries and a drink. I said, 14 quid's worth, I'm staying full for the day, I don't care even if I am starving. Bloody hell, so I could get two meals for that lot. So what did I get from the market anyway? After all that shit, all that waffle, just like, you probably fast forwarded it anyway, I don't blame you. What did I get? So, me being me, and I'm a tight bastard and I don't like spending money, unless I really have to. Alright, so my mate Ricky, Tricky Ricky from Warp Zone Gaming, big shout out to Ricky, awesome man. I'd sort of messaged him and said, look, I've got some, I think I've mentioned these before to you, and I've still got a couple of nice, real nice titles, some Game Boy / Game Boy Advance games. I sent him a picture, and I'm interested in this title and these 3 titles, which are 3 Pokemon titles, and one was Parasol Stars at Rainbow Islands. All boxed, you know, lovely condition. So I sent him a price. This is before we went on the Friday. He didn't get back to me. I thought I'd take them anyway, just in case, along with Fire Emblem. Not a great deal of space, you know, didn't take much space in my bag. So I ended up, I sort of said to him online, I said, look, I can let you have all 4 games for 90 quid, which when I averaged them out, it's a couple of quid off each one kind of thing. He went, oh, I don't know, when I got to the store. He goes, pick stuff out and see, and we'll work some out. So this is what I've got. Now, obviously, there's prices on these. but this isn't necessary, because what I did, I gave Ricky all the games, and he come back and said, this is how much they total up to, this is what I can let you have them for, and then obviously I minused the sort of trading value, if you like, of the games that I've given. So we've got Micro Machines, which is in, and what I like about Ricky as well, if you put some of these Sentinel, and he gives you the Sentinel cases, some places take them out and just give you the, you know, they don't keep them in it, and it is in great condition. It's a bit of a retro Dave pawnage, and quite worryingly, I sort of said to Rick, I said, is this all the NES games you've got? He said, yeah. He went, it's not like before. He goes, I'm just struggling to find stock, because obviously when we went Blackpool previously, obviously, you know, not this year gone, but not this year, the year before, he did have tubs of games. He went, no, the stock's running out. But yeah, it's got the poster in there, great condition. Yeah, I think he had 45 on that, which is quite a lot. I know that Craig's here again. He said to me, "Oh, is that right? Because that sounds quite expensive." Yes, it probably is. It's probably about £30-35 game ish on the Fleeta Bay. So the other one I grabbed, only two box ones, is Super Turrican, and as you can see, he had 60 quid on that. You know, I've scanned eBay. It's about 50 quid by it now. And this is in mint. It's got everything in there as well. It's a Nintendo cartridge. You know what it would look like. Prodeus, American Addams Family. Again, the regions don't bother me too much on these games. Shut your mouth, North and South. Great game that is. And Robocop 2, which does have the manual, if you can see it in there. So I think he went away and he said, oh, that comes up to 100 and somewhat quid, 165, 100, no, he said 175, because I'll let you have them for 165. That was right, yeah. And I said, okay, so the games I've got here, if we do them for 80 quid, 85, he said 80, I said 85. So I gave him 80 quid, sort of cash, if you like. And, you know, some people might say that's a lot of money. Yeah, it is a lot of money. But what I did also, I think I might mention in the last video, I had them similar like PSPs. I had the pink PSP and I had the 3DS. I just went to one of the sort of crack converter type places, shops that I know. I just waded them in, and I think I've got 95 quid for all them anyway. So, you know, I think all them PSPs and the Game Boy, when I had it up, well, I paid at the boot, I think it was about 40 quid. So I've doubled my money, and I've got some stuff that I really wanted. Bit of ducking and diving. I said this to Craig. I said, you know, it's quite interesting because the stuff that I've picked up over the years and recently or whatever, you know, you can sort of argue, well, you don't even want that, but it's pain. It's coming to fruition now a little bit, because as I'm sort of thinning down little bits of collections like the Game Boy a little bit, you know, just keeping sort of choice titles that I can play on the Retron. Something I'm not too fussed about. The funding of the things, you know, it's not like I'm just getting them, just selling them again. I'm keeping them for like a year or two or whatever, and then moving them on, just, you know, slowly just sort of thinning it out, but getting stuff back in that I respect for, really. And he was like, no, and Craig had sort of said that's what he's doing. He's going through all his collection, which is obviously fucking vast and huge, and he's doing a similar thing. He's just kind of slowly just whittling it back, you know, and using them funds to purchase other things, etc. Stuff that he really wants. So big thanks to Ricky there, Warp Zone Gaming, really looked after me. You know, some people might say these are really expensive for the price. You know, North and South 30 quid. On eBay it only goes for 20 quid. It might do. But in terms of, if I added it all up, and in terms of what I paid and what I've got, I don't think there's much, you know. I could have probably put them Pokemon games on eBay. This is what I said to the guys, you know, and you get these arseholes. Ooh, you said the box was mint and it's got a little nick here. And I fucking can't be doing with that. It just, you know, for me, I'm kind of like, the way I look at it, although Ricky is a reseller, I'm sort of looking after him a little bit. He always looks after me. I can't say fairer than that, you know. So go over it. I think he's got a website. Ricky has Warp Zone Gaming. Lovely man, sound bloke, honestly. So, three of the things I've got from the market is sticking with NES. This game, I don't know what it is, and I mentioned this before. I played this in Manchester, and I never really give it any time before, previously. But what a great game! And I seen it at this guy's stall. This was one of the stalls that he was willing to take Fire Emblem, but he didn't really have anything other than these two games and two arcade sticks, one for the SNES and one for the Dreamcast arcade stick. But I'm like, where with the Dreamcast? I've got the X arcade, I've got the adapter. I don't collect for the Dreamcast. I've kept the games that I want for it, which are very limited. I'll just be having it for the sake of it, and I don't really want to do that. So these two games, I said to him, "Oh, what's the best you can do?" I got them for £8, so £1 off each one. But the game I was referring to is Burger Time. I don't think this got a PAL release. This is only a US release. But yeah, he had £5 on it. Label's fine. And Raid on Bungling Bay. Now, I don't know why this sounds familiar. And I can't remember what sort of game it is. I thought it was kind of like, and it's probably just because of the name, I thought it was like a River Raid game, but I don't think it is. It's Broderbund. Yeah, they were like PC gaming, weren't they, Broderbund? But again, he had, like I say, he had £5 on it. Top label's fine. So we take £4 for the pay. He said, yeah. So, it was. And again, that's only a US release as well. I haven't tried any of these games out. And the last one I got, which is from a guy that I know from the Booter. Well, I know of him from the Booter. And to be honest, I kind of I don't know what it is. I sort of didn't avoid his stall as such, but I was a little bit less keen to buy anything from there, if that makes sense. But I saw this, and I just thought, you know what, that's a fucking good price. Because there was one earlier, one on another store, Japanese version, and for a similar, Mark took the same price. And a few of the lads had seen it as well, and they checked it. And they were quite savvy because they put it on the spine, and when you pulled it out, the front was all faded, it was fucked, there was no manual. Again, they were on the same price, it's £20. I see this version on this guy's table. Had some stickers on it. I've managed to get them off actually. It doesn't look too bad now. It was 20 quid. It was, yeah, £20 on it. It is Truxton. So Tatsujin. So there was a sticker. Let me see it now. Here, a little bit of residue. There was one on the label. It said pre-owned $7.99. I go, oh, is that $7.99? I'll take that. Yeah, having a laugh. There was one above the P. And there was one above the P there on the manual as well. So, I didn't know there was anything. It's a big dirty yellow sticker said pre-owned $7.99. So I said to the chap, "Would you take 18?" I said, "What's the best you can do?" He said, "Oh, I thought 20 quid was a good price." I said, "Yeah, it is. But what's the best you can do?" I said, "Would you take 18?" He said, "Yeah." So I think that's a good price for Tatsujin. 18 quid. So that kind of wraps up the sort of purchases and the buys. Say some nice bits. Didn't go mad. Unfortunately, there wasn't many NES games there. Shit ton of PS1. But bizarre, I don't know what it is. I don't really. Although obviously, as you can see here, I do collect for PS1. I just think those and PS2, I think, are still obtainable from charity shops and the car boots. If that makes sense. And I still got an inkling that I'm not going to buy them from here because I still think I can get hold of them. Well, PS2 I can just get off CEX. So I tend not to even look at them. I know it's probably a mistake to some degree because there probably are some nice bargains to be had there. But yeah, I just tend to steer clear. I tend to sort of go over just for all the cartridge stuff. And I don't know what that is. I've just, when I look back at all the stuff that I pick up, it's always cartridge based. It's odd. Anyway, two other things. So Matt, being the bloke he is, he said to me before we went up, he said, "Oh, well, are you interested in this?" No, he asked me, "Have you got this?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. I said, I've got one, but it's a Logic 3 one, which is, you know, still quite nice, and it's the colour he was after. He went, no. He goes, I wondered if you wanted it. I was like, what, really? He was like, yeah. So he's only going to give me a Spice Orange cube controller. Now, I don't know. Obviously, these aren't region specific, like the not like SNES controllers. This is a Doll 003. So I don't know if it's just a Japanese one, because I don't think the UK ever got Spice Orange, did it? Could be wrong, but I do like the Spice Orange GameCubes. Just the colour. And then the last, and by no means least. Oh no, actually, one other thing before I did that. Last time I was at Leeds, obviously I found some money, and there was a big to-do made about it. I found some more money again, didn't I? They were gutted, but it is only 10 euro. I did say to Matt and Craig, so I'm putting that on the video. 10 euro, you see? Leeds is paved with gold. The streets are paved with gold. Just have to keep looking. And last, but by no means least, the last video when I talked about Manchester, obviously one of the games I've been angling for a while now is a certain AES title. Now, the price is like everything, it's gone up. I was thinking around about 70 quid, 70-ish, 75 odd quid for a complete copy of this. Turns out my estimation is a little bit off, probably by about 2 years worth in terms of, you know, inflation. But I was living in hope, because I don't check, wasn't checking eBay religiously, I just didn't bother. But after playing Manchester, I did check, and you can get like a loose cart for about 35, 40 odd quid. Some had the manual, some didn't, etc, etc. Anyway, a certain individual contacted me and said, oh, what was your budget for said game? And I said, well, I was thinking about 75 odd quid, roughly. He was like, oh, okay then. And I was like, why? He's like, oh, it's because I'm selling mine. Or, I mean, unbeknownst to me. Anyway, transpires, he's done me a right deal here. It's not a gift. I was going to make a bit of a joke and say this is the best gift I've ever received, but that's taking the piss too much. I'm not going to be that cruel. So I'm a very good friend of mine, I like to think he is anyway. You may not reciprocate that. Craig Minks 36, he contacted me and said, look, obviously he's thinning out his AES collection. Again, I wasn't aware of that. He had this on eBay. He said, go and check the picture. Well, he didn't say go and check the picture. So I found it. I said, is this yours? He said, yeah. He's done me an absolute fucking steal for probably a quarter. I don't know, depends how you look at it. Ish. A fair chunk of change anyway. It's mates rates and then a little bit. It's only Magician Lord. So this is a game that back in the arcades when they had like the 5 slots, I think did you have a 3 slot as well? This is one of the games that was in there, and you just played it and you're just like absolutely blown away. And it's always one that I'd sort of always wanted to pick up. And being Craig's stuff, it is absolutely pristine. And it's nice to get another AES title. Hasn't been. I mean, I would say it's been ages. It hasn't been that long, because I've got a couple from Phil Kett. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, and the shock box is. No, there's nothing wrong. Let's pop that in the bowl. So yeah, like I say, it's just been one of them all these games that I've always just wanted to keep an eye out for, and at the right price I'll grab it. And I sort of always angled, I don't know, like I say, probably about 2 years out in terms of the price inflation, for about 75 odd quid. But Craig's really looked after me here, and I really do appreciate it. I don't know, I mean, I don't know the story why he's he's sending it out. I'm guessing he probably just, it's his shit, do what you want with it, mate. But I am really, really appreciative of that. So check that. I'll put these guys in the link. My battery's about to run out here, so what I'm going to do, like I said, probably split this in half, and then I'll do the arcade club bit separately. Hopefully, all things being equal, I'll probably be really pie-eyed by then by the time this battery's charged up. But to round it off, try and keep this now just to the sort of the morning bit. I had it's really good day. There's a few people that are missing. Minx was going to attend. Mark Hornsbrough I heard was meant to attend. He dropped out. 16-bit Brit Adam was meant to come along. That would have like made it, you know, 150% better than it already was, which was 110% brilliant. I've never met 16-bit Bricks. That would have been nice. Obviously, the other guys I've met before, all really, really top lads. The guys that were there made the day. We had well, I think we had a great day. Had a laugh, took the piss, as you do, a bit of banter, you know, nothing horrible. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. And I think, like I said before, said earlier, I said, you know, after Manchester, I do think these sort of market fairs or whatever, probably the way to go a little bit. Depends. If you're not into sort of buying or whatever, then maybe not. But for a meet up and a purpose, a lot better and a lot more specific. Okay, leave it there, and I'll see you in the next vid. Take it easy, YouTube. Bye bye.